Hello crafty friends, it's Diane with Bean Street Paper, and it's time for another 10-minute Tuesday. I'm super excited about this card. I purchased some vellum, and I haven't used it a whole lot in my card designs, but I love the way this card came out. So without further ado, we're going to get started. You're going to need a few things. You're going to need some way to color your image. An ink pad that is suitable to color with whatever you choose to color. I used alcohol ink markers, so I used Tuxedo Black Memento ink. And a stamp to stamp on your card. Super easy, right? Okay, so I'm going to tell you that I did already color to save a little bit of time, and I cut all my pieces. So you need a card base. This is an A2 size card base. It's 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. I always make A2 size cards because you get 2 card bases per 8 1/2 by 11 sheet of paper. You're going to need a mat for your image. Mine is cut at 4 by 5 1/4. And then you're going to need a piece of cardstock to stamp your image on, which mine is cut at 5 1/8 by 3 7/8. I did use a die cut to put my sentiment on, as you can see in this picture. Hello. And then you'll need a piece of vellum, which is cut to the same dimensions as your image, because it's just going to sit right over the top. Now, I use this stamp. It is an older one from Stampendous called Ranunculus Field. And I stamped it on my cardstock panel. Now, I did color with alcohol ink markers. However, I didn't shade. I didn't do anything fancy. I just colored. You can use colored pencils. You can use crayons. You can use anything you want. You can color it in whatever bright colors that you want, because this vellum is going to kind of tone it down a little bit. So I like that about it. You can pretty much use whatever you want. So, I also have a cardstock strip that is 4 by 1 1/2. Okay, and that's going to go like that. So let's put this guy together. You got your base. You're going to take your stamped panel and glue it on, or adhere it to your base. I use ATG. Now, I haven't worked with vellum a whole lot. This is one of the first times that I have. The tricky thing about vellum is any adhesive that you put on it, you are going to see through the vellum. So you need to have part of your design, whatever that may be, that is going to cover your adhesive. So I'm going to attach my panel to my card. Just like that. You can use any adhesive. You just have to be very careful about where you place it. And if you use a liquid adhesive, you have to use it very sparingly. Okay, so there is my panel on my card. We are almost done already. What I'm going to do is lay my vellum down on my card and see where I want to put my sentiment. Now, what I'm going to do, I'm going to adhere this with ATG to my vellum. You could use liquid glue. It doesn't matter. But like I said, if you do use liquid glue, use it very sparingly. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to hold my vellum in place with one hand and just place my adhesive, or my sentiment strip, that is going to be my sentiment strip, down carefully. And then what I'm going to do is underneath this strip is where I'm going to put my adhesive to adhere it to my panel. So I'm just going to cover this guy again with ATG. And then I'm going to adhere it down on top of my, make sure I got it centered. That's the hardest part. Okay. And then I'm going to take my little die cut hello, and I am going to use liquid glue for this one. And just use my Barely Art glue and put it on the wider parts of the letters so that it doesn't gush out everywhere. Okay. Then I'm just going to put that guy on. I'll put my stamp blocks on top so that it flattens out. And just like that, your card's done. Definitely a 10-minute card. You can also put some rhinestones here. You can embellish this however you want. Another thing you can do, if you don't have stamps and alcoholic markers or something to color with, you can use a super busy, crazy piece of paper and then cover it up with vellum and do the same thing. Put a sentiment strip, like this would be nice. And then you could put a sentiment strip and whatever sentiment you want. So it's a super versatile design. Vellum is awesome. And I am not using super thick vellum. And of course now I'm looking for it to show you guys what I got, and I can't find it. Here it is. I lied. This is what I got. I got it on Amazon. It is 100 GSM vellum paper. It says you can print on it. I haven't tried that yet. I also haven't tried embossing it yet with either heat or dry embossing. So that'll be the next thing. But there you have it. There's your 10-minute Tuesday card. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel and leave me a comment below. That's how we get seen, and that's how I can keep doing videos for y'all. So I hope y'all go forth and make lots of vellum cards. Have a crafty day. Bye for now.